Now, I'm back doing a little bit more live stream. We are going to go ahead and do a little work on the freighter. Just getting my chat in line here. Excuse me, I have learned to mute the microphone. It's not the best mic in the world, and it is a headset attached one. So my apologies if I do not mute fast enough. I've been coughing a fair bit recently. The change in the weather is pretty bad, but just so you all know, I got a new freighter. And it is an S-Class. And it is black with the white accents. I think that's pretty sexy. It is the 7-panel version, max size. So I am super happy with that. And speaking of which, I need to do some upgrades here. So we're going to need an oxygen filter, some antimatter housing, sodium diode, and a salt refractor. We have the indium, we have the emerald, we have the cadmium, and we're going to need to put some warp fuel in there as well. Now, I'm getting this inventory full glitch on the storage units, which is actually really pissing me off. So what I'm gonna do is I think I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna try and do it so that, see if I can get it to switch through this one. Let's put these in the exosuit, and then see if I can get it to drop it into that slot, maybe. Well, there we go, that worked. So now if I can put those back, maybe it will let me... No? How frustrating is that crap, guys? So, yeah, so that's not making me happy at all. I'm gonna have to figure something out on that, but the first thing I need to do is get rid of that stupid panel right there. There we go. And then we need to build out this hallway. And also we need to get rid of this stupid panel right here. And then we need to build out this hallway. And we pretty much need to just take this all the way down, because our storage units come all the way down to here. Now see, that is just straight up frustrating. That I understand. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have to move some things around. We're going to have to move the copper to the exosuit. Then we'll pull out the rest of this silver here. Now, you see that? What the hell, over? Oh my god, this is so freaking buggy. Yeah, I know inventory's full. I don't know why this was taking crap from the freighter. Okay, so this needs to go back to the freighter. This game, I swear, some of the quirks and bugs in this thing are just super, super annoying. That, you know, that is pulling something from the freighter. And then I would imagine now I probably have silver in the freighter. Nope. But it did move some stuff around. Alright, so we're going to take that with a grain of salt. And what I was saying though is I need to build out the freighter a little bit here. So we are going to do that where we will build out the hallway a little bit. We will delete this annoying panel floating in space here. We're going to run this hallway all the way to the end. Now what we did was we took apart the other freighter prior to doing our engagement, so we don't have anything in this one. So we need to put fleet command rooms back in. That is priority 1. Okay, so that's 3, 4, we need 5 total. And then from there we can go ahead and space out the hallway a little bit. And we're not going to go buck wild crazy on the build out for this one because we learned our lesson on the last freighter that when you do that and you get an awful lot of open space, it counts as a build. So the complexity goes up too fast, and in doing so you can glitch out your ship, and in glitching out your ship, of course, you run the chance of falling through your ship to your death, and that is no fun. Why do I have frigate fuel on me? Okay, so that went back to the freighter. I still have some room here so I can grab some more silver. Okay, that seemed to have at least let up on the issue with holding things. But see, like you see, I have the nip-nip buds. I have the nip-nip buds because we had to get rid of all of the planters on the last one. And we don't really want to go too crazy on the build out here because I don't want things to glitch out really, really bad. Now I had all of my terminals on up here. So I had like the construction terminal, the weapons terminal, science terminal, and the ag terminal. I think I will go ahead and put them back because they are convenient to have, although my my overseer was not working very well. So we are going to put some farming things here. We're going to put I want to put a couple rows of planters But I don't want to go too buck-wild crazy with them. So I think what I'll do is just make a few. Okay, that way we can walk through those. Let's go ahead and take a look at this one. We'll put that right up against the wall. We'll leave a walkway between. And I believe what I'll do for the stuff on the freighter, okay, I'm out of carbon. That's fine. We will plant nip buds and copyright up here so that we can actually do nip and copyright as they come up. So I need to go get some copyright, make that available, and I'll basically just turn this into the drug freighter. I think that'll be what this becomes, and then we need to build out a little bit of space here as well for room for the words are failing me today. For the refiners. See, I actually had to look them up to see what they were called. How bad is that? Okay, so we're going to put, I think we'll do 4 for now. Or should we do 6? They really don't like being all that close to each other, do they? Okay, we will do 6. That'll be good for the large refiners. So we needed to find some more carbon if we wanted to make more planters. Now we could take the condensed carbon that we have on us, and we needed copyright. The copyright might be, oh, we have some right there. Look at that. Alright, now that used some chromatic metal, it used some carbon. So I'm going to want to I think I may have to break down some condensed carbon to regular carbon, because I don't think I have just plain stuff. Now the other, ooh, that's, inventory is full. Let's take the emerald and the chromatic metal, and what I want to do is I don't want to leave those in here. I want them in the exosuit. Now, while I don't mind some of that being in there, because I actually need to make another 500. Oop. Apologies. I should probably silence my phone. I do apologize for that, guys. Now my phone's being all sorts of goofy. Okay, so what was I doing? I need to go ahead and make more emerald to replace some emerald that I used before. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some emerald and some chromatic metal in that one and make more emerald. And then I'm actually going to do that in 2 of them. So that we take 1 emerald back out and we will have the emerald to replace it, and then we will take the other emerald and we'll turn that into actually more chromatic. We'll break that down. The condensed carbon we will break down into carbon, and I believe we'll need to do that in 2 of these as well, if not 3. Now I'm going to let those 2 run first. We will do the first emerald here. I'm going to go ahead and process that again. We're basically just going to run the continual loop and let it do its thing. We're going to move some silver back. We used a little pure ferrite, so we need to replenish that. We used a little magfer. We'll need to replenish that. Let's move this condensed carbon. Actually, let's move that up there. The pure ferrite, we can actually send that back in there. The oxygen, don't know why we have that floating around in there. Alright, so the ferrite dust, let's send that to the starship so that it's out of the way. Alright, we'll go ahead and we'll grab this. And we'll run another batch of that. We will run another batch of that. While those are processing, we're going to come and replenish our stock of emerald in here. Although that's not where I want it. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to have to do 2 chromatics, then do the emerald so that it puts it where I want it. And of course we're going to be using a little bit for the jump drives, the hyperdrives on the ship, but that's okay. And what I was curious about is that does a 50 to 1. Oh, for carbon crystals. Okay, so not what I was thinking of doing. Zero that out so that I don't make the mistake of doing that. We will grab a little bit of carbon. We'll run that as well. And then we will use this emerald. We're going to add some more. And we'll run that into chromatic metal. And then we're going to continue this on the way to being emerald. And then we'll turn that into chromatic metal. And then we're going to come all the way down here. I believe we can build our 2 more yeah, we should have all the materials for those. Oh my goodness. I have such trouble with the controls on the PS4 sometimes. Now we are going to come all the way back to the back to plant our nip-nip. player inside the object. Of course I am. It's Nip Nip. What'd you expect me to do? The correct answer is put the Nip Nip in you. Alright, so we are out of Nip Nip buds, but we are not out of copyright. Okay, we only have enough copyright to make one, but that's fine. We really don't need a lot of copyright, just enough to get that rolling. Okay, now all of these should actually be in process. Is this one ready for debrief already? Nope. Just didn't show a commander for some reason. So be it. Okay, so let's go ahead and check on our emerald. Okay, we are done with that one. We are going to go ahead and remove that emerald from there. We will process that into chromatic. If we have any additional emerald, we will process that into chromatic. We will take that carbon out, and that gives us a decent amount in storage. We will take that carbon out, and then while we have that, let's go ahead and we need to move some of this to high capacity cargo. We need to move it where it belongs, which is right there. And then we also need to, I want to move this up here. Okay, sodium nitrate we need a little bit more of. We need more sodium. Okay, sodium can go to the high capacity cargo. The chromatic metal can go to high capacity. Pyrite can go to high capacity. The pyrite can come down here. Chromatic can come down here. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Alright, we need to move that down there so it's out of the way. The living pearl, we want to put that in storage. Mortite, we will move. Copperite, we will move. Condensed carbon. Carbon. Emerald. Where did I just send that? Oh, okay. Alright, the emerald we want actually to make into chromatics. Let's finish that one. Finish that one. Put the other emerald in here. Okay, that one should be finished. Alrighty, righty-tighty. Now we're going to go ahead and take some carbon and put that in a storage container. The condensed carbon will also go in the storage container, and the oxygen into a storage container. Now the chromatic metals, we are going to move those into the high capacity cargo, which we can actually do that from that screen instead of just double shifting. Then let's check out our high capacity cargo. Alright, the pyrite needs to move down. Let's see if we can find some pure ferrite, some magnetized ferrite in storage. Okay, there is some magnetized ferrite right there. Let's go ahead and we will move that. Put those back. Those 4 are complete. And then we need to find some well, you know what we need to fill up is the ionized cobalt. Then we will put that back there. One of the very few things about this that is kind of convenient. Alright, we do not need... Let's take the cadmium out. Reason being is we're going to use some of that for the hyperdrive. And then sodium we need to fill up. That goes back. Sodium nitrate we also need to fill up. That goes back and that goes back. Alright, chromatic metal is still lacking a little bit. Pyrite and ammonia. And actually the phosphorus that was just in this one, I believe. Nope, the other one. Didn't realize the phosphorus had some missing as well, because it wasn't much. Alright, we'll move that. Pretty sure we're good on... No, Pugnium's a little bit low. Wow, everybody was just a little bit off. Pardon me. Now we have an awful lot of frost crystals that we are going to need to turn into glass, but we do not want to do that yet because it actually transfers better as frost crystals than it does as glass. Alright. Are we not carrying copper? What am I missing here, guys? We should be carrying some copper because in case we need to talk to the Korvax. Okay, so we'll put the copper down here. Okay, so we have... We do not have... pure ferrite. And we're down 10 cobalt, and we don't have ammonia in storage either, so not really cause for concerns, but I would like to rectify that situation also. just for curiosity's sake. He was under storage? These are the ones that are... Oh, I thought these were the ones that were openable. Alright, we'll leave that set and see what it does. Okay, that one is empty. There we go on that. Okay, we have our galactic trade terminal. So let's see if we have a salt refractor available. No, we do not. We could top off our cobalt if we really wanted to, but I don't think it's that big of a deal. Now I'm going to go ahead and take us to the space station. Okay, that needs to come into us, that needs to come in, that. Because we can't really leave too much stuff on the fighter at any given time because there's only 9 slots. Now we are going to need to make or purchase a total of 10 antimatter housings. So that's 300 oxygen and 500 ferrite dust. Hey, why don't I just go ahead and start shooting off some rounds here. Okay. I'm excited. Ooh. Now, the reason I'm excited is it has been a good day. That was 4 engagements at that one station. At this station, actually. Until we got the S-Class. Now, it did take me about 10 systems before I found the body that I wanted with the color scheme. I did find a bunch of Star Destroyers that I didn't like. Just because I really I don't prefer the Star Destroyers. Alright, so we have new missions. We'll grab these guys because we are going to be spending some time planetside in the very, very near future. We can do pirates, no problem. I do want to see what ships are landing here. Really? One shuttle? That was it? Oh, do I have the... I might have the freighter too close. It might be pulling a constellation of ships for us. Alright, so let's check out the buy. We need... Alright, so we need 300 oxygen. Because I don't want to take stuff out of stock. So 300 oxygen and 500 ferrite dust. To make the antimatter housings. And then we need a salt refractor, sodium diode. We needed additional things, which is why I was hoping to have a bunch of ships inside here. Because if it wasn't in the regular inventory, maybe they have them here. No. Alright, so let's go ahead and verify what we need. We need stuff for the freighter. So we are going to need for the hyperdrive upgrades an oxygen filter and 4 antimatter housings, a sodium diode, and then the salt refractor. And I have all the makings of the antimatter housings. So we'll go ahead and make 10 of those right off the bat. Okay, and I did the math right. So what we're going to have to do, I'm thinking, is jump to another station. We will go to the last on the list. And we'll also grab some quests from that location. But yeah, all in all, this has been a pretty good No Man's Sky day. I've been pleased with it. I have no complaints. No complaints. Alrighty, we are in a Viking system now. I have not been checking with the guild envoys, which may be a mistake. Oh, nope, trying to give me missions. Now, prior to today, I was not accepting the pirates missions because the ship just wasn't really... I didn't have the fighter ready. 26 creatures. They are giving me some very large numbers. I had one for 30, for 26. There's a traveler, don't need them. The fighter right there. Let's see what they have before I go jumping into the GTT. Okay, he has ammonia. And magnetized ferrite, but how much do I need? Okay, so ammonia I need 165. And I don't need magnetized ferrite. But I do want to get that ammonia back up to regular numbers. So that's 165. That'll do for that. This is a very long runway. It's been kind of strange because it's a lot of these stations I've been going in, it seems like the Um, the ship count is really low. I need some pyrite too. 221 pyrite. So if I see that, I need to grab that. Although I do have pyrite in storage, I could have topped that off from there. Or I can just go ahead and do it here. And then the other things are not available. I don't remember what I had in that spot. I do know. But let's go ahead and jump to another station. We will go to the Yeniac. We'll get our sodium diode, our salt refractor. Oh, what was the other thing? I don't remember. My memory is not what it used to be. Should probably hand in these completed missions too while I'm here, just to get further on their good side. Never know, it might actually open up another reward or another thing, and then I should be checking with the guild envoy next door. But one of the other goofy things is I have another save that I do the beginner's gameplay on. Or that I was doing that, and it's kind of weird, the differences between the ships available on one save as opposed to the other, and then the weapon available, the multi-tool available on another save, and such and such. So I'm kind of getting it so that I have all of my portal addresses and everything in line. Oh no, I'm sorry, this is the account that I was doing, or this is the save that I was doing that on. There's an S-Class. The multi-tool being the big thing. So I have the multi-tool in this save that was the S-Class 24 slot. Okay, we need the salt refractor. I'll know it when I see it. But then the other saves that I have a serious lack of ships available. Where this one I have, you know, a ton of the baller haulers, the bubbles. I've been actually having a really hard time. I should check these ships is what I should do. Been having a really hard time finding large haulers on the other saves. And I don't really understand that because I never had that issue on this save. This save I always had a lot of large haulers that I could find. You know, the 48 slots, or you know, just the large. And most of the other ones on the other save are, it was the oxygen filter that I needed. So I have the salt refractor, the oxygen filter, and then I still need... I still don't remember the name of it. What's the other thing? Horrible, horrible memory. Okay, so for that one, sodium diode. Let's go ahead and check the next station on the list. And that'll give us more quests for the passive stuff. Alright, so we are going to go on to TR1 Station Omega. That would be Trade Route 1. So if I wanted to, at this point in time, I could grab any of the trade items available in the Galactic Trade Terminal and then jump to Trade Route 2, sell those there for max profit, purchase what is at Trade Route 2, and then jump to Trade Route 3, sell those for max profit, and so on and so on. I actually did set up a small trade route. Feed 5 creatures? Sure, why not? You have a bunch of feed critter ones. Alright, Mr. Funny Hat. Ironically, though... Okay, I needed the sodium diode, which we're not going to have. So, at this point in time, what I could do is I could purchase any of these and then go on to the next station on this list and just do it. I did set that up. But what I want to do is I have a bunch of these things on me now. Okay, so I have the O2 filter and the salt refractor. I need the sodium diode. Do not need the limium. So what I will do is just sell that off real quick. Okay. Do we have any ships on the floor? Nope. So just for gits and shiggles. Okay, so for 5 million. Let's go to TR2. And we've got, of course, a long jump screen. Given that it's a live stream, can't do anything about that. 3 nanites. Let's go ahead and we'll go right here. And we will sell items. We have to find that silly thing. There we go. Well, these are high-tech. Are we not in a high-tech section? Did I screw something up? It's alchemical. No, that's right. Well, regardless, I don't really need that, nor do I do that. Oh, I forgot to look for the sodium diode. Alright, let's check the ships on the floor for a sodium diode real quick, and then I will grab quests. Sodium diode. Let's grab some questorinos. Alright, we have scanned 7 creatures. That's gonna be one, and that's all we can do for there. So we are going to jump on out of here. And then we will go ahead and call in our freighter, because we never get tired of seeing that beautiful beast. And the fighter is fully decked out. Where is this pirate? Where is he? Let's go find the pirate. Ouch. Just got some silver for scratching up our... Sorry, what pirate? We need to call the freighter. I do love the cyclotron ballista. Really, really do. So I think the next ship we're gonna deck out is gonna be the squid. While I'm here, let me clear that out real quick. It changed the name of my ships because this was Dora. Actually, this was UAS. Oh, I had a full designation on this thing. She was a UAS. E. S. 3812. Dora. Okay, you know what it was. Okay, now I got it. I'm sorry. I was slightly confused when I changed PlayStations. It changed all the names from the save file. That's what it was. Alright, but Dora has maxed out hyperdrives, maxed out pulse engines. Rocket launchers. Decent number of shields. Economy scanner. She does not have a conflict scanner. We should put one of those on there. So we need a tech module and a walker brain. And then I would like to I don't think I need to put the cyclotron ballistas on her. But I think this is the next one that I'm going to work out. Because the squids are pretty. I like that. I definitely like that. I should change the designation of this one as well. It is also a but it's not an E, it's an F. I'm going to name it Kicking Bird for right now. Alright, so the UAS is the Union of Allied Systems. The F designation is Fighter. The S is for S-Class 3812, and the name is Kicking Bird. So Dora was the UAS Explorer S-Class 3812 Dora. And I will need to do... I need a name for the freighter. So I'm going to have to figure that out as well. Ooh, just smacking into everything. Not doing too good. Alright, so to do the freighter upgrades, we need to go to technology. First, we need to give it a warp cell. Okay, we have the oxygen filter, the antimatter house, and the cadmium. We want to put the A1 here because I like them in order. And we need emerald. Thought I had kept the emerald out and about. Apparently not. So what we will do with that is we will grab some emerald. I'm going to put 500 of it back. we will go ahead and do our really? I misjudged by 5 antimatter housings. Alright, so to do that I need 250 ferrite dust and 150 oxygen. Which it doesn't even have. So I'm going to have to use some of my own ferrite dust. And I'm just going to buy all the oxygen that they have. You know what I could have done? I didn't even check to see if they had antimatter housings before I did that, but they do not, so that's no big deal. Just gonna make 5 of those. Put my B class. Let's see what our jump range is now. Okay, so the initial hyperdrive was a plus 39, so it was not the best S-class I could have found. But we have a jump range of 2106. And I am perfectly happy with 2106 light years as the jump range for the freighter. Now what I do want to do is remanufacture emerald. I want to use the chromatic that I had there. Okay, so we need some ferrite dust. Still need some pure ferrite, some Yep. Alright, well we're going to wait for this to process. And then once we have 500 emerald available, we will go ahead and replace our stock with that. Okay, that'll do 240. Because we're a little shy on the chromatic metal. Alright, so what we'll do is we'll run the rest of this, and then whatever emerald's left in there will turn into chromatic metal. And then we should be able to use the emerald and the chromatic metal to finish off the emerald batch that we need. Of course, I could turn the cadmium into chromatic metal while we wait. And then I could make that into more emerald. What is emerald worth? Let's take a look at what a stack of emeralds worth. 87,000 as opposed to 58,000. And then also curious, that would be 61. So chromatic metal is worth more than cadmium, but emerald's worth more than both. And then I have indium in here too. Oh, I definitely need to get rid of some of this crap. Yep. Well, we can make more fuel. I need to get rid of these little guys. And make more of the bigger ones. Okay, so as soon as this is done, we will take that, and then we will gladly take this and put more chromatic in. We will make more emerald. Then I'm going to take this cadmium and turn that into more chromatic, because that's actually worth more that way. And I would like to see what a full stack of indium is worth. We can go ahead and run that. While that's running, 1, 2, 3, we can replenish the emerald. Okay, so we have copper, chromatic, cadmium, emerald, and indium. So the full chromatic scale is there. I want to put some warp cells in the freighter. I would like to get rid of those. Get rid of that. The cobalt mirror got messed up. Semiconductor. Carbon crystal will make a lot of condensed carbon. Let's take the dihydrogen out. The dihydrogen jelly, the tritium. And we actually have a lot of frigate fuel at the moment. But we will go ahead and process this dihydrogen jelly, which really doesn't take long at all. And then we will go ahead and process this dihydrogen jelly. Okay, so it's 50 to 1 one way, and then it's 30 to 1 the other. But it does take a while. Alright. Okay, so the big frigate fuels. Now what did we run out of? Ran out of dihydrogen. Okay. So the fact that we're doing this is not a bad thing. No. That was chromatic. Let's make a stack of indium. Alright, let's see where we stand. We've got a whole bunch of emerald. Alright, Starship, we have 9 slots available. We want to sell off that, definitely that, the Viking effigy, the cobalt mirror, the semiconductor. I forgot to process a dihydrogen jelly. So let's go ahead and process that real quick. And then we can go ahead and make some more frigate fuel real quick. Okay, we need 91 more for that. Now we're not going to sell that off. We will go ahead and use that as intended. But what we are going to do is, instead of selling 5 tetracobalt, we are going to make ionized cobalt. Just so that I can take a look at that. So a stack of ionized cobalt is 100,000, and that made 2.5 stacks. And a stack of tetracobalt, a 10 stack, is only worth 61,000. So that is above and beyond by far worth it to break those down. Destabilized sodium, also worth it, because the condensed sodium is worth a lot more as well. So let's break down all this tetracobalt real quick. And I think we'll sell about 1,000,000 units worth of ionized cobalt. And one of the other things that we can do that I always forget to do on this is add more and do 10 stacks, and then the process is that much faster. It's one less step. Oops. I didn't let it properly run. If you grab it too early, it only grabs 150. Alright, so we have one more 5 stack of tetracobalt. And then we have the destabilized sodium, which I don't know if I have. I do have more, so let's put, we were doing 8 of those. Sodium nitrate. Okay, so that was worth, whoops. Oops. Well, let's put it in the Starship then, because we're going to sell it off anyways. Okay. So we will send that to the Starship. Send that to the Starship. And I'm going to continue processing a few things, but I believe that's going to be it for this live stream for now. It is dinner time. So if you like what you saw, be sure to give me a thumbs up. If you like the channel, hit the subscribe button and ring the bell if you'd like notifications on when I post new material. But until next time, fly safe.